Hey, what's up, everybody? How you doing tonight? Episode number 365, Drink It Till You podcast, the only podcast that lasts until the last drop. How the hell is your Sunday going? How the hell was your week? There is now a Drink It Till You podcast full episode for every single day of the year. If you feel so inclined to listen to an episode per day, please do. Actually, I have over 365 episodes. There's some bonus episodes sprinkled over the years. I haven't done one in probably a good year and a half. So there's actually more than 365, but full episodes, full regular weekly episodes, there are now 365 at the end of this recording. So if you got them, drink them. Bottoms up. Cheers, everybody. What the hell is that noise? What is that? I'm going to talk a little UFC. I actually missed the fights. Looking at the scorecard afterwards, this is the one I wanted to watch the most, which was Prochaska versus Hill. If you don't have social media, or maybe you don't have Instagram, I think that's what Jamal Hill has been taking to mostly, is Instagram, about his fight with Pereira. He said basically that little cup kick, and then the ref stepping in, and then Pereira waving off the ref, that allowed him to get close enough to Hill to knock him out. You can go back and review it. I don't really see it that way. I mean, just looking from the outside, after he waves the ref off, that's your chance to keep moving the way you're moving, but he just kind of stands there. I guess it's a little fair, expecting the ref to actually stop the fight and reset. But once he waved the ref off and the ref said, okay, I mean, that you got to keep moving, protect yourself at all times, right? So he's been taking to social media and saying that, it basically wasn't fair and all this and that, bitching about it. And this is what I've been waiting for him to fight somebody else and lose. So he can't talk shit anymore, He's got something else he's got another loss to focus on, and I'm not laughing at him. Anybody who gets in the octagon or a boxing ring or any sort of martial art, you have my respect. I mean, it takes a lot of training, a lot of courage, a lot of, I don't want to's that you have to shake out of your mind. Fucking getting up at 4 a.m. and running miles, that I just couldn't do it. I'm not disciplined enough to do that. I couldn't do it. So much respect to Hill and any other UFC fighter, even if they lose. I'm not dissing him because he lost. He got in there and lost. That's not it. It's just really the reaction after the Pereira loss that just, it's been ongoing. He hasn't stopped on social media about that fight. So now he's got something else to look at. It was a TKO. Prochaska caught him with a huge right. Prochaska is shaving his head now, too. He always had that little weird man bun on top of his head, I guess, as samurai would. I'm sure there's some kind of thing he's doing to where he, it's like an honorable thing. If you lose a fight, you don't deserve to have the man bun, possibly. I don't know. Don't take that to the bank. I don't know that for sure, but it kind of seems like it might be a thing. You're only allowed to have the man bun if you've defended yourself consistently. He loses the fight against Pereira himself. Shaves the head. And I like Prochaska a little bit, he's got some funky head movement that I'm not really a huge fan of, but it does work. It just looks a little weird sometimes. It looks like, not practiced. It's a little awkward, which, awkwardness can win fights. There's been plenty of awkward boxers in history that have done well for themselves just for the fact that they are awkward. You're used to facing a guy who's just orthodox, and you get some, I'm trying to think of who, I guess maybe a Roy Jones Jr., a little unorthodox. But anyways, So now Hill has something else to bitch about. I feel a book coming eventually, if he keeps losing fights like this, eventually he's just going to be out of the UFC, and the book's going to be about his downfall and how one moment changed his life forever. I just don't like the bitching afterwards. That just doesn't seem... You lost. I mean, it is what it is. Don't bitch about it, right? That's not just me. Everybody's kind of tired of hearing that. So we'll go down the main card event here. I'll do my best to pronounce these names and not butcher them. Starting from the bottom, 2 canceled. Oh, yeah, I wanted to watch this one too. Kevin Holland versus De Ridder. De Ridder wins that one, round 1 submission. I really like Kevin Holland too. I just don't like the shit talk during the fight, which, I mean, that's your own style. That's your own thing. I personally just don't like it. I know that's a strategy. You can get in your opponent's head. But yeah, Holland does lose that one. Almeida versus Spivak. Almeida wins that one KO/TKO. Prochaska, as I said, against Hill. Prochaska wins that one TKO. Round 3. Davilishvili, good lord, versus, oh my god, Nurmagomedov. Davilishvili wins that one. I know I butchered that name. And for the main event, that was the co-main event I just spoke of. For the main event, you had Makhachev versus Moicano. Makhachev wins that one, round 1 submission. He's seen holding a belt in his picture. I'm guessing he retains the title. So there's a little bit of UFC. I didn't actually get to watch myself, but was even talking to my brother about it. I was like, I just hope Hill loses. So, not that I just largely dislike the guy. I'm just tired of the bitching. Now he can't say anything about, he lost fair and square. There was no interference from the ref or whatever he might claim. If he comes out saying something else, it's just, I missed a lot of training camp. Oh, I had boxers are bad about doing that. Mike Tyson, one of my favorite boxers, did that at one point. He's standing there after a fight he loses, standing up straight, and he tells, the guy interviewing him after the fight, he's like, I broke my back. My back is broken. That's like, dude, your back is not broken. You could not fight a full boxing match if your back was broken. It doesn't work that way. But immediately with the excuse, which I don't like, even though I do love Mike Tyson as a fighter, way back in the day, not necessarily his most recent work, which was BS. But, yeah, I mean, I don't like the excuses. I don't want excuses. I think that's kind of looked down upon. But yeah, now he's got something else. We'll see what he says in the coming future as to why he lost this one. Let's go ahead and have another drink. Cheers, everybody. All right, moving on. My Dallas Stars losing last night pretty good to the Colorado Avalanche. 6-3. We got down early. We couldn't come back. We were playing Detroit today at home. And Detroit, dude, is hot. They're hot right now. It's going to be a good game. Hopefully we're the ones to help cool them off. But yeah, we'll see. It's always rough back-to-back games, It's almost like we didn't expend too much energy. I don't know. It's hard to say that when we played Colorado last night because they were fighting hard. They fought back. It was 3-1. We eventually scored 2 more goals, but they score a few more, basically doubling us up. Colorado's just one of those teams, man. It's a division rival. If you're losing to those teams, you're going down in the standings. The Colorado's trying to catch us currently. It was a good game for them. They needed that one. In other news, oh man, I saw this today on Twitter. Connor McDavid. I forget the team and the other guy that was like pestering him. But I think Connor McDavid got a suspension and more than likely a fine for cross-checking said dude in the fucking neck. But, dude, like, I kind of support it. Not to say I like dirty play. I don't like dirty play. But the other dude was, like, all over him, man. Like, WWE style. Like, McDavid, I almost said McGregor. We switched modes, Chris. We're talking about NHL now, not UFC. McDavid is, like, trying to get to his skates, like they collided or something. I didn't see the whole play. They collided or something, and they're like tangled up, and McDavid's trying to get up to his, to stand on his skate so he can skate away and continue on the play. And this dude's like draped all over him, like WWE style. And McDavid had enough. He finally got up and got away from the guy, and I came with a cross check to the neck. I'm like I said, I'm not a huge supporter of, dirty play, but what was dirtier? The guy like dragging him down to the ice or the cross check to the neck? It's like, you can't just, that's interference, dude. If you're pulling their player down to the ice and it's just the refs missed it, they didn't call it, I can kind of understand the frustration on McDavid's part. Fuck it. I'm going to cross check the fuck out of this guy, which that's gotta hurt, dude. Like, imagine something like just a fucking 225-pound, 6'4" man taking his stick with two hands and just like massaging your lower back, or in this case, he got his neck massaged real quick by McDavid. I support it only for the fact that it was bullshit, absolute bullshit, that guy got to hang all over him and like no call. It's like, I would be frustrated too. It's like, okay, if the ref's not going to do anything about that, it clearly shows that we're playing fucking, I don't know if there is such a thing, prison hockey. You know what I mean? Prison rules. So fuck it. I'm going to cross-check him. And, obviously everybody got into it after that. They start going after McDavid. The Oilers players are like, no, you're not, they start standing up for him. And it was a big mess. I'm pretty sure he got a suspension and a fine, but I would say for my money, that was worth it. Not wishing for the other guy to get hurt, like severely, like career ending, but yeah, just get the fuck off of him, dude. It's ridiculous. So yeah, I think that was last night that happened. So he might miss a game or two. I think it might only be a 1-game suspension, or maybe they haven't handed it out yet. But yeah, I can imagine. You know who does that on our team to other players like so many times is Jamie Benn. I do love Jamie Benn, but God, to play against him, he's an ass. You know what I mean? Like, how many players has he just like sat on top of on the ice? You know what I mean? Like, just, he's got his full body weight on them. They're like laid flat on the ice and he's sitting on them like a child. It's I don't know, man. That would irritate the piss out of me too. Luckily no one's ever cross-checked him to the neck. Because, that's the thing about it. Ben's ready to fight too. So, if you do that to him, he's going to be coming after you for a fight. So yeah, a little around the NHL. Let's go ahead and look at some standings here, because I don't know where we fall. Western Conference, you got the Jets, the Wild, the Stars, the Avalanche. Stars and Avalanche tied at 57 points. The only great news for the Stars is our games played is 45. The Avalanche have played 47 games to get their 57 points to be tied with us. But yeah, Jets, Wild, Stars, Avalanche, Blues, Utah, Pacific Division, Golden Knights, Oilers, Kings, Flames, Canucks. Moving over, Atlantic Division, Maple Leafs. We got a good win over them the other night. Panthers, Lightning, Senators. Let's see. Metropolitan Division, Capitals, Devils, Hurricanes, Blue Jackets. Here's some underdogs that are playing a little bit better. Blue Jackets Red Wings, I mean, Red Wings are next to last in their division, but they have been playing better. And who's the other one? Oh, the Blues. Monty over there with the Blues, trying to bring him back. I mean, the Blues aren't looking too bad. The Blues are 48 points right behind the Avalanche. So yeah, I mean, it's about to get even tighter than it already is. We'll see what happens, obviously. But there's a little around the NHL. Let's go ahead and have another drink. Cheers, everybody. Moving on to some NFL. Yeah, dude, the fucking Kansas City Chiefs, I mean, everybody is on their ass. People are getting fed up. I'm seeing a lot of videos of people that are fed up, that are tired of watching the NFL, because it always seems to, be different. Like one guy said on Twitter, it always seems to be different rules for Mahomes than everybody else. And it's like, oh, how do you combat that? I'm not saying they're not a good team. We all know they're a good team. But, if you're already a good team and you're getting help from the refs, I mean, you're a shoo-in. You're going to win it every season. And, I mean, would this, I can't remember exactly, would this make 3 seasons in a row they've won the championship if they win it this year? I think it would. Which is like, ask the NBA how that went for them. When you have the same Golden State Warriors winning year after year after year after year, people start tuning out. They don't like it. It gets boring. It gets old. And especially if, like I said, if I didn't watch the game, I'm only watching highlights afterwards, people complaining. It's pretty wild too, like when it's non-Texans fans complaining, and pointing out shit. It's, but yeah, I mean, if you keep doing that, I mean, people are just going to lose interest, man. And I think I see that happening. People are frustrated with it. It just seems like the refs are always helping them. Turning a blind. Oh, what was they called roughing the passer, and the 2 Texans players didn't even hit him. They hit each other and grazed Mahomes' helmet on the way down, and they called it roughing the passer. And it's like, dude, like that's what people are talking about. You can't it's that whole Dwayne Wade thing that pisses me off from back in the day when we lost that championship to the Miami Heat. And kind of sport jumping here, the Dallas Mavericks, is, dude, you couldn't fucking fart wrong around Dwayne Wade without them calling a penalty. I mean, it's too much. You can't, football's not like that. It's a rough sport. I'm not saying let him, let the Texans take his head off. Obviously fair is fair. Like, you can't get cheap shots in, but I mean, come on, it's a contact sport, man. And they didn't even hit him. Like, they smashed each other's helmets before they hit him. One of the guys grazed him, and the other guy hit him. Barely. I mean, one guy grazed him, and the other guy didn't even touch him. He falls down to the ground first. The Texans players collide, and yeah, they called the penalty. It's like that. I don't know. Bad calls all around. It just doesn't make it exciting. Let the players decide. That's why I love, and I've felt this way for a couple of years now, and I do tell people this. That's why I love hockey and baseball so much more than the NBA and the NFL. Is I feel like it's real competition. You know what I mean? Like, that's legitimate, like, who is the best. Now, the refs have gotten in the way plenty of times in plenty of crucial hockey games. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying it's never happened, but the consistency of which it happens for the Chiefs seems odd. It seems odd. I'm not accusing anybody. I'm not saying there is or isn't. I mean, like I said, I didn't even watch the damn game. But there's a reason I didn't watch the game, is because I already know. I can tell you who's going to win the game. And it's not the Texans. And it's not going to be whoever Kansas City plays next. Now, you can say, well, yeah, that's because Kansas City is so dominant. And I will give credit where credit is due. I do believe that's true. I do believe Mahomes is a fucking incredible player. Absolutely. They have a great team with great coaching. But, yeah, don't help them. Let them figure it out themselves. You know? So, oh, man, a little around the NFL. You got I said that last week. Commanders beating the Buccaneers, Rams beating the Vikings, Chiefs beating the Texans 23-14. The Commanders beating my sleeper pick, the Detroit Lions, pretty well too, 45-31. I cannot believe the Commanders are moving on and the Lions are out. Unbelievable, man. I really, after last season, I keep saying this week to week every time I talk about Detroit, and I'm not a fan, by the way. I'm not a Detroit Lions fan. I'm only a Cowboys fan when it comes to the NFL, as much as that does hurt to say. I'm not even going to get into our fucking issues. I mean, there's just so many. Like the coach we're thinking about hiring, I don't know. It's a fucking circus, man. Anyway, but I really thought after last season, man, Detroit, this had to be your year, and they got beat by the Commanders. I can't believe it. And this is why I don't bet on sports. You know, I'll go to the casino, I'll throw a couple of quarters in the machine, you know, play a little blackjack, you know, whatever, roulette. I'll do that, but I am not placing a bet on the NFL. Let me make it more specific. The NFL. I would place a bet probably on baseball or hockey because, like I said a second ago, I feel like those are more legitimate competitions. The best team is going to win. But yeah, the NFL, I will never place an NFL bet. Never. The only way I would place an NFL bet is if, like, I signed up for one of those betting sites and they gave me a free $20 or $50 or so. Okay, I'll throw your money in, but I'm not throwing my money in because it's bullshit. It's almost to the point where it's boring. It seems scripted. It's not fun anymore. It's not real competition. And, you know, I guess it's all perspective because if my team, the Cowboys, was in, you know, everybody loved them and they were, you know, in the playoffs every year and they're winning and the refs are helping them, you know. But I would still be honest about it, you know. Even with my Dallas Stars, when we get away with a call, I'll call it out. That wasn't fair. That wasn't right. But you move forward. I mean, anybody in their position would take what they're being given. So it's hard to knock them for it. And what are you supposed to do? Argue with the ref and be like, no, he wasn't offsides, ref. It's like, I don't know. So yeah, the Lions gone out of the playoffs, 45-31, which is wild. We'll see what happens. Right now, currently, the Eagles and the Rams are playing. Eagles are up 13-10. Second quarter. Yeah, it'd be pretty wild if the Commanders and the Eagles move on this round. It would, you know, it makes us look even worse. It makes the Cowboys look even worse. That these teams are just, you know, I don't know. It's just being in Dallas. It's like that's all you hear, dude. You turn on sports radio, you're gonna have to listen to Dallas Cowboys talk at some point. I mean, I always turn it off because I don't want to hear it. But it's like these other teams, you know, and I know, you know, the people in their areas, Philadelphia and Washington and stuff, like they love their team. They're always talking. But it seems like comparatively to the Cowboys, like they fly under the radar as far as, you know, the media shit. You're not going to hear any national news about, you know, the Commanders or the Eagles. I mean, unless they win it, you know, unless they're going all the way, you'll definitely hear about it. But what have you heard, you know, on a national broadcast, a national, I don't know, like sports TV show or sports talk radio? Like, I don't hear anything about the Commanders other than the standings here in Dallas because it's all about the Cowboys. I don't hear anything about the Eagles other than the standings Like, I would have never predicted the Commanders and the Eagles. That's how little I pay attention to them, but that's also how little they're covered. You know what I mean? So yeah, but the one I'm really excited about for tonight is the Ravens versus the Bills. I do know a Bills fan. Actually, I know a couple of Ravens fans as well. That's going to be a tough one. I love Lamar Jackson. I think he's an excellent, excellent quarterback, and I've wanted them to win something, with Lamar Jackson. He deserves it. Like, he's top tier quarterback. But we'll see what happens, man. I don't know. Just that thing I was just saying, how you can kind of predict, like the NFL is so predictable and we know what's going to happen. Well, I'll tell you this much. The Commanders-Lions one shocked me, to be honest with you. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Ravens and Bills, it's going to be a hard-fought game. Not rooting for either team, but I do love Lamar Jackson, so credit where credit is due. That's basically where I come from on the whole NFL thing. It's like, I'm not going to ever root for your team, but if just like the Eagles, they won the championship a few years back. I'll give you credit where credit's due. I won't like it, but I'm not going to dodge the truth. You had the best season. You played the best in the playoffs. You won the championship. Good for you. Sucks for me. Good for you. Credit where credit's due. So anyway, let's go ahead and take another drink. Cheers, everybody. What else we got to talk about? We talked about NFL, NHL, UFC, NBA. I'm not even going to touch on right now. Oh yeah, a little bit of baseball, but not really baseball. I was excited about this when I first heard about it. I'm not as excited anymore. The Victory Plus app, you guys have heard me talk about it. The one that, they play the Dallas Stars games. I'm in love with the app. It works well. You can, go back and watch the game from the start. Like, the game starts at 6:30. Let's say you don't get off till 7. That's no problem. You can just go back and play it from the beginning, skip the commercials or the breaks and stuff. And so they decide to put the Texas Rangers on the Victory Plus app. And I see this, I'm like, that is fucking awesome. I'm so excited about this. Turns out it's $100 a year to watch on the Victory Plus app, which I am not a fan of. I don't think that's right. You can watch the Cowboys for free. You can watch the Mavericks for free. You can watch the Stars for free, but you can't watch the Rangers without paying. I don't like that at all. My great-grandmother is rolling over in her grave. I mean, all the years she got to see, all the Rangers games on TV, and like, now you have to pay to like support your team. It's like, no, dude, no, I'm not doing that. It kind of makes me think about older people. Like, what about people that are like my great grandmother, that are on a fixed income, that can't afford to pay $100 fee a year to watch their favorite team that they've watched since fucking 1927. I don't know. Well, the Rangers hadn't been around that long, but you know what I'm saying. Since 1960. They've been watching since 1960, and now they have to pay. They have to figure out a way to pay. That's just not right, man. I don't like that. I understand that the Rangers won the championship 2 years back, and that's great, but why do we have to pay as fans? That doesn't make any damn sense to me. And what about ads? You're going to pay your $100. Everybody's breaking it down to like 62 cents a game, which does seem pretty reasonable. But, I mean, you're going to watch ads still, And if you're going to watch ads, wouldn't that generate money? Therefore, you wouldn't have to pay. So not only are they going to get the advertisement money, they're going to get your money. Victory Plus, I mean, you dropped the ball on this one, in my opinion. That's not cool at all. And what about the playoffs? Just paying the $100 a year. What if they make it to the playoffs? You're going to have to pay extra to watch the playoffs? That's bullshit. fans in the DFW area. I mean, like I said, we got to pay to watch our own team, and we've supported this team our whole lives. You know, I haven't supported this team as long as, you know, people that are older than me who have been watching, but I've supported it my whole life. I'm almost 40 years old. You know what I mean? What about Apple TV games? There's another good question. I remember last season, even with my way to watch, which I won't speak about, even with the way that I have to watch, I couldn't watch the Apple TV games. They were blacked out. So it's not 62 cents a game. That's raising the price for everything I just mentioned. Ads, playoffs, Apple TV games. That raises the price. Right? Yeah, I'm not going to pay it. I'm not going to pay it. And I'll let you know, there are alternative ways to watch MLB, the MLB. You know what I mean? Like, you're going to have to find your way. I'm not going to recommend anything, but if you look long enough, you'll find a way that you can watch every single Rangers game and probably every other MLB game you want. I just think it's bullshit, honestly. I do love Victory Plus, and I love what they've done with the Stars and even the Ducks on the Victory Plus app. When I get bored, dude, and the Stars aren't playing and the Ducks are playing, I'll watch a Ducks game. That's still hockey. They're not a good team this season, but I'll still watch. I'm still watching hockey, you know? Yeah, so it's either alternative ways to view the game or, you know, there's always the radio. And I actually do love the radio broadcast better than the TV broadcast. I've probably said this many times, and I shouldn't because he's probably a nice person. Dave Raymond, I cannot fucking stand Dave Raymond on the TV broadcast for the Rangers. I can't stand him. I don't like what he talks about. I don't like how often he talks. I don't like him. You know, just on a professional level, not on a personal level. I'm sure he's a great guy, a great human being, great father and husband and brother and uncle and all that shit. Employee, I'm sure he's even a great employee. But yeah, as far as his broadcasting, I don't like it at all. He bugs the shit out of me. Like, I have to go, whenever there's a Rangers game, I have to go to the other, let's say like the Rangers are playing, I don't know, random fucking Cincinnati, you know, for a 3-game series or something. I won't watch the Rangers broadcast. I will watch Cincinnati's broadcast, even though they're not necessarily for my home team. I can't stand Dave Raymond. I can't stand him. But yeah, so yeah, there's obviously radio. When the Rangers won the championship, I was listening on the radio. You know, partially because I do love listening to baseball in general on the radio, but those guys have been waiting so fucking long for this team to win that, and I wanted to hear their voices, and I did hear their voices, and the emotion in their voices when you're not dreaming, Rangers fans, it actually happened. It's not a dream. The Texas Rangers are the World Series champs. Yeah, that was awesome. That was emotional and awesome. And yeah, I would much rather have listened to that, than a TV broadcast. And by that time anyway, when it's playoffs and World Series, where it's not Dave Raymond anymore anyway. But yeah, I would much rather listen to what is it? Jared Sandler. I always want to say Adam Sandler, but it's Jared Sandler, Matt Hicks, there's another guy, I can't remember his name, but yeah. So yeah, you can always listen on the radio. I'm not paying $100 a month. Love you, Victory Plus, and thank you for the Stars games and the Ducks games. But I love you, but I'm not giving you. That's just horse shit. I'm not gonna pay to watch my own team. I mean, I guess in a sense, if you're paying for cable, you are paying to watch your own team, but you get so many other things. Oh, that's what somebody else was saying too. If you pay for the MLB network, it's like $150 a year. You can watch any MLB game. So how does that make any sense? Rangers want $100 for fans to pay, but if I pay $50 more on the actual MLB network, I get every single game. Fuck that. I'm not paying you $100. I'm just not doing it. And I think it's pissed a lot of people off, too. I don't think I'm the only one who feels this way. I feel like a lot of loyal baseball hardcore fans, and I do see people on, like on Twitter and everything, saying, oh, it's not bad, 62 cents a game, that's really not bad, that's not bad. It's like, okay, but why? Why should I have to pay? I've gone almost 40 years watching on, fucking television to now I have to pay to get on. I mean, and I don't have all the details either. Maybe this is just an option. Maybe, no, that doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense that they would ask you to pay and then they would also broadcast it on TV for free. That's not how it works. Nobody would pay the money. They would just watch the free broadcast. So that tells me that is the option to watch the Rangers game, and you have to pay. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. So that's my little take. Even though, like I said, Victory Plus, a couple of weeks ago, you came through for me. I had a little issue. It was like not letting me watch a Stars game. It said my location was wrong. I'm like, wrong? What the fuck do you mean it's wrong? So I reached out to them over email. They answered back in like 2 minutes, and they're like, okay, we fixed your location. You should be good to watch. Restart your phone, restart the app, and you should be good to go. And it worked, and I got to watch the whole game. So I'm not completely bashing Victory Plus. I just don't think this with the Texas Rangers is a good move. I was originally excited because I was thinking the same thing. If the game starts at 6:30, you don't get off till 7. You can just rewind to the first inning. But yeah, that's just you're going to watch ads too. I can almost guarantee you're going to watch ads too. Not only are you going to pay the $100 a year, you're also going to watch ads, which also makes them money. It's like, why, if you could make it work for the Stars and advertisements were good enough, why can't you make that work for the Rangers? Isn't that how it's always worked? Advertisers pay you to be on your baseball program, and then you make money that way, and then we buy tickets and jerseys, and I would much rather spend my $100 that way on a new Texas Rangers hat, or $100 ain't gonna get you a jersey, but it'll get you a t-shirt or two, Texas Rangers t-shirt. But yeah, I'm not gonna pay the $100 for the merch, and then the whatever it costs to go to a game, and then on top of that, the $100 to Victory Plus. No, I'll support my team other ways. I'm not going to pay you that, and I'm still going to watch every single Rangers game. I guarantee it. Well, maybe not every single one. I do listen to a lot on the radio, but you know what I'm saying. But yeah, not bashing Victory Plus. I am thankful for what they give me with the Dallas Stars. I just don't see how that same formula couldn't have been applied to the Texas Rangers. So I don't know. There are politics involved in everything. I was thinking about this too. Speaking of politics, I don't get political on here very much, but you guys all know about the Hawk Tua girl. She created this like meme coin. And basically, like, everybody invested, they pulled a rug out, they take all the money, and she's fucking gone. Which is wild to me. Have we gotten ex-girlfriends on this case to, like, find where she is? CIA be damned. Ex-girlfriends can find her. I promise you that. This day and age, somebody has talked to her. A relative, a friend, somebody has spoken to that chick. And somebody needs to tell where she is. Because there's consequences to face. But now, I say all that to say this, kind of as a funny thing. Trump just came out with a meme coin as well. And wouldn't it be fucking hilarious if Trump like rug pulled it and disappeared like for the rest of time? How crazy would that be? I don't think that's gonna happen. That would be like a fucking scam on an epic scale, dude. That would be crazy. I don't think that's gonna happen. I hope to God that doesn't happen. That's gonna fucking ruin so many people. But that would be the ultimate like middle finger, is to like run off after everybody buys his fucking meme coin, which I have to assume. There's so many like cryptos and stuff that have like functions. They actually do things in the real world other than just, hold value. I have to imagine it's probably the easiest to make a meme coin out of all of those things. I mean, you look at any of the other ones, you got to have like a whole network and cross-border payments and all this kind of crazy shit. A meme coin is just like people buy it and that's it. You can use it for payment, but it's not really much more to that. But I was just thinking that the other day, how I'm not invested in it. I would never buy a Trump coin, but it would be fucking hilarious if he just rug pulled it and we never heard from Trump again. I mean, it would be kind of funny. Not to people who invested, but that would be fucking wild, dude. That would be unheard of. Becomes the president of the United States, starts a meme coin, everybody invests, and then he takes the funds and runs, and we never hear about Trump ever again. That would be fucking wild. Like, next time, if you ever saw him again, he would be on some beach with a fucking beard and a shaved head. He's lost 25 pounds. He's looks like a different person. Oh, dude. I would feel bad for the people that affected, but also at the same time, think about what you're buying into, dude. They can do that. If you're buying into that's for all of them. That's Dogecoin. That's fucking, what's the other one? Pepe. That's Hawk Tua. That's the Trump. They can all do that in a split fucking second. Whoever owns that coin can pull it, all that money out, and be gone. And Hawk Tua showed everybody that. But, I don't know, man. I hope that doesn't happen, but that would be kind of like an epic move. And I'm sure there's a lot of people who would love to never hear from Trump again. I'm positive there's a lot of people who would love to never hear from Trump again. But anyways, that's going to do it for me. Let's finish these off. If you got them, drink them. Bottoms up. Cheers, everybody. All right. That's going to do it for me. Thank you guys for listening. As always, don't drink and drive. Treat yourself to an Uber. Treat yourself to a Lyft. Treat yourself to a DoorDash. Treat yourself to an Uber Eats. Order some damn pizza. How about that? You don't have to go anywhere. You don't have to drink and then go and I'm hungry. That always happens to me. Anyway, just be safe out there, you guys. I will talk to you next week. I love you all. Be safe. Bye.